everybody. Welcome to In Bed with Sybil and her friends. I am Sybil. These are my friends. Welcome to another fun episode. Every week we have a bit of a conversation and touch base with each other to try to figure out how we're doing in this. We're still in the midst of quarantining and pandemic. Some of us are getting back into a bit of a business life, but many of us still working from home, and some of us quarantining alone, and some have the benefit of company. And so it's just a good opportunity to get together and to talk to my friends. And as a part of this, every day I talk to people that I used to work on the radio with, but these are my girlfriends. These are my friends outside of work for the most part, and friends that I've made through work, but definitely. And we are in the midst of a really fun session. We are looking for dates. And so we'll get to that. Look at her. All right, positioning herself. We'll get to that. But let me say hello to all my friends first. Hey, Cherie, how you doing?
Hello.
Hello, Yolanda. How are you?
Hello, Sybil. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am fine. Thank you very much. I'll see you down the hall in just a minute. Hey, Tracy.
Hi.
Hey. Hi there. And Marcelina.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm great.
I know you are. Boy, I can't wait for this. And then last and certainly not least, my friend with the biggest heart ever. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey.
Hey, so you guys, I want to find out first of all how the week was for you. A lot of us are struggling to keep our sanity. Some of us are struggling to have those happy moments in our lives and all of that. To just carve out a moment of joy, if you will. And I know that some of us have that opportunity on a regular basis, others of us who are quarantining, and even just in our regular everyday lives. But one of us had a very special week, and I know that you moms in the group can really identify with this, and the aunties too. But definitely, Cherie, you had a wonderful opportunity this week to see your firstborn graduate from high school.
I did. We were a little bit late because it was supposed to happen in May, but because of coronavirus, they pushed it back to this past weekend, and I'm so happy and so proud of her, and so glad that it's over.
Are you glad, or is it a relief that because this past year there's been nothing normal over the last 6 months or so.
Right.
So just getting her through this without all of the landmarks that go along with your senior year.
Yeah, I really hate she missed all of that. There was no prom. They had initially rescheduled it, but then they just said we can't do prom. But I'm really glad that they made an actual ceremony happen. We were at a baseball park where
that was so cool.
It was where the Rangers play. And so
the brand new park.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. Social distancing. They had us in groups of 5. Only family can sit together. Everybody had to wear masks, and it was really cool. It was really cool. They got their pictures and names on the big screen. And it was actually live streamed on Facebook for family members who couldn't come. So it was good. It was a good.
And can I tell you, that was the happiest I've ever seen you. I mean, it was real happiness. It was just like, there with your family, your firstborn graduating from high school, and who looks like your twin. And it's just like, it was just so great to see. I mean, that real smile of yours, that, just from ear to ear, and hers as well, as if she was just amused by all of this.
Yes. She's excited. She was happy, but she's ready to move on. She's already started giving away old clothes and her school sweatshirts and stuff.
Oh wow! What you say? What's next? Life awaits.
Yeah, I'm excited for her. I feel like I'm going to college again. So.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. She's not going to your alma mater.
No, I tried to brainwash her, but she didn't catch. So, but she is going to Atlanta to school.
Okay.
And it'll probably be in the spring semester.
Okay.
It's going to be online. for the fall, but she'll make it there. She'll make it there.
She'll be okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
I was talking to another mother this weekend, and her son is going off to college, and that he's making it all the plans to go be on campus. She's not so happy about it,
Right.
but it's like it's like that. So you guys, that is it. Does anybody else have a really a joyous moment? Not to compare to Sharice, but anybody else have a good week or a happy moment? Yeah, Tracy, you smiling like you let the cat ate the canary. Are you?
I had a great week. This was a really good week. But my daughter's at home, so it's been interesting spending time with her
Mhm.
as a young adult. And so this has been a really different experience than we've ever had. She's good conversation, communication, and our respect for space and all of that is a lot different than
Wow,
it
yeah.
had been in the past. So it's gone really well. I'm surprised, but yeah.
And Stephanie, you're working from home. Everything okay?
Working from home. It was a rough week. Like I said, I don't have a good story.
Oh,
It was a rough week, but I'm here. I made it through.
It was rough, as in
Just
is it
work and
loneliness or work? Okay.
both. I kind of the isolation got to me a little bit this week. Kind of. Well, I sent y'all a text saying I miss y'all.
Aw.
Having a rough day,
Hmm.
but just I'm fighting through it.
Yeah.
And trying to get through it because the numbers are really going up here. So, I'm afraid to go out too much and
Everywhere.
just,
And
just
I understand where we are in Texas, they're gonna come with a lockdown if not very soon. That's the word that's come out. So
mm-hmm.
there's a lot of that. So Marcelina,
yes, ma'am.
this is all about you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh.
what's going on with you. The three of you had, talked about three of the six of us. And well, actually, one started the conversation, and that's the married one of all of us, and how she missed dating, just to bring people up to speed. And the rest of us are going, oh, okay. I don't know what you think you're missing, but okay.
Right, exactly.
But now we are in the process, Marcelina. Your girlfriends, last week we asked you questions and got some insight into you and your likes and dislikes and what have you. And this week we're going to take a different turn. We're going to take a different direction here. And Yolanda, can you explain a little bit about this? Because all of this is going to come to a climax, if you will.
So soon?
If
You should pick
you're
some good
lucky.
ones.
Sometimes you work and work and work and still nothing. But it's going to come to a denouement, if you will, and hopefully to craft a profile for you and get some gentleman callers in your life, Marcelina. And this has really been a brainchild of yours, Yolanda. So why don't you tell us a little bit more? Give us a little bit more update, and
So,
especially what to expect today.
so from again, just to recap from last week, we wanted to find out, who you are, what makes you happy, and you understand what makes you happy because our goal is for you to meet somebody where you are 100%, and where they will come in as 100%, and then you guys go and take this journey together. Does that make sense? Yes.
It makes sense.
Yes. So because looking for
Yes.
somebody to complete you, that's a really, really, really that's a very big challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And as opposed to completing somebody or asking somebody to complete you, because when they leave, then you're left void. But if you're already complete when you meet them, then y'all can just go through the life together.
Ooh, how wise.
That's some life coach. That's some life
On the
coach.
whole movie, yo.
Okay. I'm like,
You
ooh.
complete me.
Yeah.
My thoughts last week.
No, Marcy, that didn't come from you, dear. That's what
Okay.
we're trying to get to.
That's funny.
So this week, what I thought would be neat is I thought that we would, if your girlfriends would have an opportunity to see what you're like when you're talking to gentlemen. So I believe that, some of us have a hard time talking to men, and we react differently than who we send our representative, and our representative is sometimes might be different than who we are.
Yes.
So what I thought it would be a good idea if we had some gentlemen to call you and to have a conversation with you to see, how you react and respond, so we could see as we're putting together your profile.
You gotta have some gentlemen callers.
You are so twisted, Yolanda.
It's going to be fun. So let me tell the first person to go ahead and call.
Okay. It's like dating in front of your mama.
Oh God, I hope not.
So, Marcy, here's the deal. We really want you to just be you, to relax and be you. Don't send your representative. Be who you are, because they're three different type gentlemen. They're not all the same. They're from different backgrounds. They come at different ways, and you just be you. And then afterwards, we are going to have a conversation about how you responded and maybe why. But it's just really learning more about you. As opposed
She's playing with her hair and everything.
I'm sitting in the parlor with my mama in the other room listening.
Let me get more comfortable. Okay.
So Tracy, we're gonna have Marcy to just act like it is after we're done with the call.
Oh, yeah. Ready for that.
No, with the stories that you tell. So just act like that we are just sitting listening in for the stories that you tell. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
boy, it's right, Sybil.
You asked for it.
All right, Sheree, you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay.
He's on.
So
We have caller number one. Gentleman caller.
Is he on?
He's on.
Okay.
Gentleman caller number one.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Alvin. How are you?
I'm fine, Alvin. How are you?
Well, it's Alan actually, but
I'm fine.
thank you. I'm doing well as well. Thank you. First, let me kind of start off by telling you a little bit about me, and then, if you wouldn't mind, I would love to find out about you. Just a few things, kind of just some basic things. Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right, good. Well, first, let me tell you a little bit about my background. I'm an attorney, graduate of Howard University School of Law. As you know, the premier HBCU.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Well, what other schools might there be that you might be referring to? I'm curious to know.
Grambling State University, where everybody is somebody.
Well, I never have anything derogatory to say about Grambling. That's a fine institution as well. However, Howard is Howard, and there is only one.
Yeah.
But not to go too far down that road. I definitely can respect your opinion on that. So speaking of that, please give me an idea of your educational background.
Well, I'm a graduate of Grambling State University in mass communications with a focus on radio broadcasting. So that is my educational background.
Okay. And what got you interested in that?
I'm an avid fan of music, so that was the major component. But just listening to the radio station while I was in school and growing up, I just enjoyed it, and I thought it was something I can do, and I wanted to master it, so that's what I did.
And what types of music do you like?
Oh, well, I like everything. I'm mostly R&B, but I like country. I like pop. Little alternative, a lot of stuff.
You like speed metal?
I like metal, not sure about speed metal. You'd have to enlighten me
Okay.
on that.
Okay, I was just trying to see, how literal you were being when you say you like everything.
Okay.
Because a lot of people say they like everything, all types of music, but then once you look into it, there's usually something that people kind of use that a little too widely or broadly. But I was just checking. I was just
Okay.
checking. So, are you a member of any Greek organizations?
Not. I'm
Did
not.
you did you pledge?
I did not.
No.
I am a part of Sigma Alpha Iota, which is a music fraternity for women, but I'm not Panhellenic Greek. No.
So you're a musician yourself, then?
Not a musician, but I do sing.
Okay, all right. So you do have a musical talent or
I
gift.
do. Absolutely.
And so why did you not pledge to a sorority or a Greek
Um,
organization?
when I was in school, they were not. There wasn't an opportunity for me to pledge, I should say. And towards the end, I had a lot when they were available for me to pledge. There was not an opportunity. I was working full time. I had like 20 hours of curriculum, a lot of stuff going on.
Okay. So if there was one particular organization over another, did you have one that if you had the opportunity that you would have been interested in pursuing or joining?
Yes, there was.
Which way did you lean?
I'd rather not say that opportunity still had presented itself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, then let me ask you this: what tenets or qualities in an organization would attract you to that organization, whichever one it is?
Service.
Service. That's good. That's good. Now, do you have a history of service? And I assume you mean to the community. Do you have a
I do. I actually had some service today. I went out and fed the homeless with the three other organizations today.
wow? That's definitely impressive. Is that something that you regularly do? Is that one of your, I guess you say that part of your life mission?
Um, it's not something I get to do as often as I'd like, but I do have plans. My friends and I discussed something today about doing it twice a month on our own. So yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So, what's your career at this point, and how would you describe your career goals?
Okay.
Long term, short term?
Currently I am self-employed. I own my own business. I'm a baker. So
All right.
my company's name is Pretty Tasty Cakes and Pastries. I have a very popular cookie that's sold in a very popular restaurant in Dallas and around the Metroplex. So I don't know if you've heard of it. The name might not be quite appealing to you, but it's Crack Cookie. And I sell quite a
All
lot of them.
right.
My short-term goals are to continue to sell those to continue to support myself. My long-term goals are to get me a small storefront so that I can take it to a larger scale.
So, are you a formally trained chef?
No, I'm not.
So, how did you come about this as a career path?
Well, when I was 16, my grandmother taught me to bake, and I've just been baking ever since. And I don't know if you're familiar with the radio industry. Sometimes it's kind of up and down, and I would use that as like
Mm-hmm.
side hustle to make ends meet at some point. And then when radio ended for me, I just took it to another level, and it became my career, my livelihood, and I've just been doing it now for just solely that. Yeah, I am.
So you have a love for it because sometimes we do things because we have a particular affinity for it or gift for it. But you're saying that it's something that you really, really enjoy.
I love my career in radio over baking, absolutely, but it's something that I'm good at. It's something that I can maintain my life with. Outside of that, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy baking. So it's just it gives me a joy to see people eat it and be excited about it. So there is a passion behind it.
So, Alan, we're gonna have to wrap this up. You got about 1 minute left. Marcelina, I don't know if you have any questions or where we want to go, but just 1 minute, and then we're gonna have to end it.
Well, I don't have a lot of time to ask you a bunch of questions in 1 minute, but what I will say is that I enjoyed your conversation. I appreciate the fact that you had quite a plethora of questions for me. So hopefully we'll get to speak again, Alan.
I look forward to it because I'll have further questions for you at another time if that time should present itself.
Okay, awesome.
Well, it's been my pleasure.
Well, thank you. Have a good evening.
All right, you as well.
Is he disconnected, Cherie?
Yes.
Why you laughing?
It was an interview.
Cute. That is hers.
That was good questions too, right on Alan.
Let me tell y'all something. Mm. Alan took me back with the direct attorney approach.
Right.
Yeah, we did everything.
You on the witness stand.
I'm almost like, hey, Alan, loosen up, bro. But I can appreciate
Wow.
that he had a lot of questions.
Yes.
And I can also appreciate that this is my pet peeve. When you meet a guy and you don't you get to talk to them, and they're like, oh, well, tell me about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to just, I'm one. I hate that. To just go off and on a tangent and talk about myself. That I feel like this is so arrogant. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Alan said, let me tell you about me.
Mm.
And proceeded to ask me questions to get the information he needed.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. That was
I
great.
have to agree, Marcy. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Always ask me a question.
He was putting the work in.
Huh?
He was putting the work in.
He was.
Mm.
I'm
Yes.
And you gotta appreciate a man who's putting the work in.
Yes.
Just on the first date.
And then even the fact I was like, okay, you gonna challenge me? Okay, I got you. You gonna challenge me on my service, bro? You just didn't know I was out there slinging hot dogs and hamburgers today.
Hello. Okay.
Good job, Marcy.
Yeah.
Awesome. I liked it.
That was fun.
All
Yeah.
right, Yogi, come on, let's go. What's next? What you got?
Bring him on.
Okay.
All right.
So we have the second one that's calling. Is he on yet, Cherie?
No.
Okay. So
That is funny. So what did y'all think?
just let us know when he is on.
Okay.
You know what I like, Marcelina? I like watching you
Mhm.
into him.
Yeah.
It was like a lot like what I did an interview the other day between father and son, and watching you answer the questions about yourself and how you responded to his questions. I like that, and you were engaged,
Mhm.
and it that's what you seemingly that's what kind of juices you. Somebody who's taking a direct interest and, like I said, putting in the work, asking you those questions, and not just throwing it out. So tell me about yourself. That's lazy. That's
It is. I hate that.
you like somebody who's really taking an interest and asking those questions of you instead of just waiting for you to reveal. He's probing. If you'll pardon the
I like it.
Okay, so I guess I'm the only one who thought he was a smart aleck. I know.
You know he was a smart ass.
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Who's the attorney?
Nobody else felt that with me.
But he
No.
was a attorney though.
What do you do?
Cause especially the thing about the music thing, I'm like, okay, bro.
I didn't think it was smart. I thought that was funny, but I didn't think it was a smart
But
out.
see, I stopped myself because I know I can get a little. Because I didn't say I liked everything. I said I listened to a lot of music, all kinds of music. I don't like every damn thing.
Yeah, but he had to challenge you on that to say you don't know all music.
Right.
Like
What kind of
You received that?
I didn't hear
I
that.
did. I did. I felt the same way she felt. Like you was like, oh, everybody says they like everything, but they don't really like. They don't really know. That's what I felt. I'm great at translating shit. That's how that translates. I don't even know what speed metal is. So how you got?
I wrote that down.
Okay, so the speed metal part was a kind of a challenge. So you like speed metal? And it's like, really?
Yeah.
You gotta pick the strangest shit.
And that's why I said no. But you like me.
No, I don't like speed metal. What kind of question? Yeah, I get that. I get that part. But other than that, it was great.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, let me call him.
Okay.
Marcelina, what else did you like about it? I know the direction and asking you questions. Was there something else that you perceived?
I just at this moment I kind of like the probing. I like people that ask questions because I always tell people when we start a conversation about getting to know each other, I'm like, let's just do rapid fire questions. Ask me whatever you want because I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm single, I'm no kids. I'm not gonna do that because that's nothing. That's the surface. You already know that about me. What do you really want to know about me?
Right.
Yeah, and you're asking me to guess on what you want to know. That's a guess on what you want to know. What do you want to know? What's important to you to know about me rather than
ask me what you want to know. And I always say, I say this to even people that don't ask me a question you don't want the answer to. Because if you're bold enough to ask me a question, I'm okay with giving you an answer. You might not like that joint, but
you asked for it.
And then other thing I like about Alan, he challenged me. See, all the time, I'm not into and a little bit passionate. I don't always like to have to show you my smoke side. I don't want to have to just show you, oh, you want to take it this way, but we have to challenge each other and be a smart ass. I like that kind of stuff. I like to have a regular conversation where I get to use my love for vocabulary.
Okay. You know what I figured out about myself? I would have failed this miserably because it's been like 10 years before I had a conversation with somebody I don't know. So yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Other than like a job interview.
He's on. We were together. We broke up in 17, and I really haven't dated a stranger. So
so wait. Let me take the word date off. But you have had a conversation with somebody who was a stranger that maybe was interested in you, or you met somewhere, or
no. Oh, girl, that don't count.
Still talk to
him. Work at the casino. We talked in work stuff at first. So it wasn't like this was somebody I met and we were like you just talking. We sat down trying to get to know each other. We worked together. He was 4 years older than Justin, so I didn't want to talk to him.
Caller number 2 is on.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Let me fix my hair.
Let me mute my phone.
Gentleman caller number 2. Hello.
Hey, hello, how y'all
doing? Good, how are you?
Good, can't complain. Look, see y'all can hear me. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Say hello to Marcelina.
Hey, Marcelina, how you doing?
I'm doing good, how are you?
Oh, can't complain.
Who am I speaking with?
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. We're going to go to anonymous.
That works in some places, but not here.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you can't call me entanglement, but you can call me anonymous.
Okay. But you can call me Marcelina. I can call you anonymous. I don't like that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I go by George.
Okay, George.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nice
Yes,
to
ma'am.
meet you. So what's going on?
You too. Hey, shoot, you got to tell me. I came in on the tail end of the conversation, so I'm trying to see what's going on and see what you like and
Oh,
everything.
okay. Well, ask me what you want to know, George.
What you looking for?
What am I looking?
Uh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, we can start with that. I mean, I'm looking for conversation, friendship, see where it goes from there. What exactly are you looking
Okay.
for?
Younger, older.
What are you looking
Hmm?
for?
I'm sorry to hear you.
You what?
Same thing, stability. Same thing,
Oh,
stability.
okay. Okay.
Same thing you're looking for, stability, you know what I mean? Rules of nature, right?
You do.
Somebody that's funny, have a sense of humor, you know, love to laugh, especially in these crazy times right now.
Okay. So you like to
Mm-hmm.
laugh?
Oh, like to laugh. I like to laugh a whole lot. A
Oh,
whole lot. Watching goofy movies and all types of things. It's, like to have fun and enjoy life.
okay.
Mm-hmm. So you currently date?
Um, but no, I'm not exclusively dating anybody.
Okay, okay. Wide open, wide open. What's your age range, you don't mind me asking?
I'm
Like
40.
sugar daddies. Oh, okay, not your age range, but guys you prefer to date.
The guys I
I'm
prefer to
sorry, I
date.
didn't mean that quick.
It just
Or the age,
depends on
age
the
wise.
person, but I normally don't like to date over 5 years over me.
Okay, 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 all
How old
right,
are you,
okay.
George?
I'm 41.
One. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Any kids?
No, I don't have any children, but I do have a dog. I have a nephew that I consider my son. But that's all.
Okay, I have a dog and a nephew. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ever been married?
Never been married. Been asked a couple of times.
Damn, a dog, nephew? Oh, you just it wasn't the right situation. Mm.
What about
What
you?
do you think didn't work out between? Yeah, I've been married
You
once.
were married once for how long?
For about 5 years. About 5 years.
Yeah, that's equivalent to 2 days though. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's about that right. About that right. You make that 7 year mark.
Okay. Okay.
You've been taking birth control a long time. That's good.
No, actually, I've never taken birth control. Why you all in my uterus and fallopian tubes? But okay.
My bad. Okay, all right. Okay. My Denzel voice. Okay, all right. Okay.
If
Oh, your
that's your
nephew.
slick way of asking me, am I fertile? Had any children?
Oh wow. Okay.
Nor have I
Okay.
taken birth
Okay.
control. I'm pretty smart.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, honestly. Okay. Gotta get out there. All right. How's your nephew?
He's 26.
Oh, okay. What kind of dog you have? What kind of dog you like?
I have,
I'm a Rottweiler man myself.
no, I'm not for the big dogs, but I can deal with them. But I have a Lhasa Apso.
What the hell?
Follow me, but don't trip. It's a Lhasa Apso. It's in the
Yeah, that's my
small
first
dog,
time ever
about
hearing something
15
like that. Okay.
pounds, fluffy, cute kind of thing.
Okay. You can travel with him. So you like to travel, all that type of stuff?
He could, but no. When I travel, I want to relax, and he gets to stay with his grandma.
Okay. That's what's
So, do you
up.
have any children, though?
Okay. Yeah, I have two.
How old are
Two
they?
girls. 24 and 22.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yep. Yeah, my tube tied. Yeah. If I was on you, I'm gonna put you on my tube tied now. Yeah.
So you're serious? You've had a vasectomy?
Yeah, both of them.
I can't do this though.
Yeah. Yep.
You
So
good at
yeah,
avoiding
I'm done.
questions,
I'm
George.
good.
You asked me out about my birth
No,
control.
yeah,
I'm asking you, did you have?
yeah, I said yeah. I said I did. I
Oh,
said
you
both of them. I was
did?
being
Okay.
funny, but yeah, both of
So
them.
you don't want
Yeah,
any more
yeah.
kids?
Uh, of course, I work for myself, man. Doing taxes and stuff like that, as well as a couple other things. I like to travel. Have a great time. Of course, can't travel a whole lot now with this damn COVID stuff going on. So I stay my ass in the house as much as possible.
Okay.
Other than that, baby, what I'm saying, I'm kind of a spare moment guy. I get up and move around. Very social, what I'm saying, when it comes to it. I don't mind being at home. So,
Okay.
I'm one of them type of guys.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
What about me?
What do you got to do?
Oh, what do I like to do? Oh, okay. I like karaoke. I like comedy shows. I love music. Um, I like to bake. I like to do a lot of stuff.
Oh,
I
you
like
can
to
bake.
travel.
Okay.
I like to travel. Yeah. You're self-employed, so am I. I own my own baking company, so
So, Marcelina,
Oh.
we have one more minute. We have one more minute, and then we're gonna have to say goodbye.
okay.
So,
Okay. Okay. Well, hey, well, my bad. Okay, well, hey, it was nice talking to you. I ain't gonna just, take up all your time. So it was great talking to you. I'm glad. Thank y'all for having me too. Appreciate y'all. And I like to take some of them cookies. Well, that ain't even come out right.
How you know it's
Say what now?
you know I'm not gonna even address it. I'm not gonna address it. Cookies like to
My
be
bad. It
sweet.
just didn't.
But anyway, George, thank you for coming on.
Yeah. They didn't come on right and take your cookies don't go together either. But all right, y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later.
okay, bye bye.
Bye, George. Thank you.
Is he gone, Cherie?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Bye, George. You can hang up now.
Bye.
Anonymous George.
Yeah, Sheree.
Yolanda.
That was Curious George.
Sheree, did you hang up?
Okay, yeah, he's gone now.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God! Just when I thought it was safe to unmute.
I had
Okay.
to. I'm so glad I muted myself because I screamed.
Woo! Me too. Okay.
Mute myself and I was screaming. Okay, we got to remember.
Okay. Okay. I can't.
Oh my God, what is that?
Oh my gosh.
George was headed down the path of what I said I didn't like.
Yes. He did the opposite.
I was like, oh shit, here we go.
80 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
He did the opposite. Just left it
But
right.
he still had a little conversation about himself. He
He
was
was.
humorous.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Alan had already had me in the mindset of I'm ready for my questionnaire, and he fucked me up. I was like, oh, this ain't the same type of party.
So, Marcelina, on a scale, though, if you would put Alan and George on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of comfort and likability in their approach to you, how would you score Alan and how would you score George?
I probably would score them the same.
Hmm.
I probably would score them the same because I mean they still got to the end goal. They still asked questions. We still engaged. George's conversation was a lot more fun. But Alan's conversation was a lot more intriguing. So I think the way that they presented themselves, I would score them the same because they match a certain type, a certain point of my personality, I should say.
Gotcha. Okay. Which one would you pick if you had to pick between the two?
Now, see, that's that bullshit, Cherie.
That was a great question.
It is. I digress.
Sight unseen.
I digress at the moment.
Stephanie, what do you think?
Really?
Sight unseen. She would pick. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was intrigued by Alan's conversation. At this moment, I probably would pick Alan just to see what else he would have to say.
Okay.
I'm trying to get out of my damn comfort zone.
Well, that was out your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, George would be the normal person she would pick.
George would, I would definitely be like, hell yeah, I like you.
Okay, so let me tell the gentleman when he's on.
Okay.
I feel like I'm all relaxed.
You know what? You are
I feel like this is the after show.
stay on the after show.
Yeah, because we
I'm happy you're relaxed.
serving cookies apparently.
Hello. That was a great fall. That was a great line. Yeah. Yeah.
I bet you do.
It made it funny.
That y'all are hilarious.
Y'all.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Put a smoke in hair again. She's getting ready.
So Marcy, I just got a text from another caller that want to come on.
Wow.
Has he called, Cherie?
Yes.
Okay. Is he on?
He's on.
Hey, I'm here.
Hello, gentleman caller number 3. How are you? Go to Marcelina.
Marcelina, hi.
Hi. Who am I speaking to?
This is Ken.
Hi, Ken.
How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I can't complain, except for this whole Corona thing.
Well, you corona free, right?
Oh, I'm Corona free. I'm happy about that.
Okay, well we good
But
then.
yeah.
So we not gonna complain.
Okay, you're right. That is a good point. We are here.
Yes.
So tell me about you.
Tell me about me. What would you like to know about me?
Well, we start with what makes you happiest.
What makes me happiest? Um, Shoot, being able to exist every day, be amongst my family, eat a snow cone. That makes me happy.
Snow cone. Now that's a different one.
That's a what?
I said that's a different one. How often do you get to have a snow cone? Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Possible. At least twice a week.
Twice a week. Now is this the snow cone where you have the flavor over the ice, or is it one of those fancy ones?
It's the one where you put the flavor over the ice, but it has to be the ice shaved ice.
Yeah, that's almost fancy.
That's not.
Sometimes they have those ones.
Sometimes the hood snow cones are a lot better than the fancy ones. Like a snow cone
Sometimes they
stand
have
versus
a
Bahama
snow cone stand.
Bucks is always going to be better. What you know about
Oh,
snow
okay.
cones?
Okay.
Are you a snow cone connoisseur?
Oh no, I can't say that I am. I remember having them as a kid, and I think I had a fancy one time just for kicks that had sort of like it's like that smooth ice and it had you poured some kind of like a milk type flavoring
Oh,
over it.
yeah, the milk inside.
Yeah,
I don't like the milk in mine, but yeah, that's a good one too.
that's
We'll have to
fancy.
read that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that makes you happy as well. I mean that's good that you can be so easily that your day can be brightened so easily just with a good snow cone.
I'll take that. You're right.
Mm, mm, mm. So did you grow up in city in the city?
Yeah, I grew up pretty much in Dallas. I wasn't born here, but I grew up in Dallas. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
Where are you from?
yeah. Chicago, but I've been
Shit.
here for a while.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. Pretty cold.
In the winter, it is, but Dallas is hot. I've always thought that the summers are as visible here as the winters are in Chicago. It's just so
Wow.
hot.
That's a hell of a
It's so
comparison.
hot.
You're right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the same extremities to me. Um,
I don't know about that.
Corona, I've been walking, and gotta wait till the sun goes down all the way for it to get to 90.
Okay.
But anyway, so what kind of tell me about your what kind of guys do you like? What are your priorities?
My priorities are somebody that's
Yeah.
honest, somebody that
Hmm.
knows how to effectively communicate, and somebody that's stable on their own.
Okay. And do you think that's difficult to find?
Oh, absolutely.
Those the combination of that.
Some days, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Which is the most challenging? The honesty on your own communication.
A lot of guys. And I don't want to delve into people like in the past, but some people don't know how to communicate really well. They like to shut down, or they don't really like to openly share. And some people have a problem with just being honest. But I'm a
All
person of
right.
honesty. You can tell me whatever. Just tell me the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think I agree, and I hear that all the time from women. Those kind of priorities is how they say it. And my sense is that there are a lot of guys who would meet that, but I think a lot of women have have other parts of that list that they don't really talk about.
Like what? Like
Don't want to talk about. Um, I think as we get older, I think a lot of women are looking for. Well, we talk about security, right? I mean, you kind of hit on it a little bit when you say when they're on their own. But I think that that's a difficult thing for a lot of people to talk about. You know, women. A lot of times, black women have opportunities that whether they get to go to college when a lot of men don't or haven't, whether they are promoted in jobs when guys haven't been. You just tend to find a lot more successful black women than successful black men. Now, when the men are successful, a lot of times they're a lot more successful than the average woman. But if you just take just the average, this is me, this is Ken talking. But if
you just take the average, there are more, like in my field, there are more women in my field than there are men. And it's not unreasonable for a person to want the traditional balance where, if a woman is successful, she wants a man that is as successful, if not more successful. But because the way the numbers shake out,
Well,
it becomes more.
maybe you misheard me. I'm not so much concerned about your successes unless that's what you're concerned about and how you want to grow as a person. But what I said was honesty. Um, you made me forget honesty, and the point I was making was stability, not instability. Like I'm not trying to infringe upon your security or whatever you're doing or where you're trying to go. Stability means that you're working every day, that your main goal is to take care of yourself. You have able transportation, somewhere for you to live, and you're not codependent upon anybody. Um, it's opportunities out here for men and women in all jobs. Everybody wasn't afforded the same opportunities for college. I can understand that, but if you have the drive, the ambition, and you want to do better or grow yourself better, I think everybody has that chance to do that.
Amen. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. In my experience, and I guess it just kind of depends, but in my experience, there's been a lot more pressure on guys to meet those kind of standards. But I totally agree.
I'm kind of middle of the road. Like I can appreciate a blue collar brother. I like that. So it's not that you want to get better than that, and you have goals to achieve that. I appreciate that even more. But it's not. I need you to be Wall Street master degree, doctor degree, stuff like that. Average people are fine.
Ken and Marcy, we have about 1 minute left, and then we're going to have to take a call.
Okay. Well, Marcy, it's certainly been a pleasure speaking with you. I hope that you stay safe in this pandemic, and I hope that your week and your month are filled with your favorite flavor of snow cone.
Well, thank you, Ken. I hope that you get a snow cone very, very soon. You stay safe from COVID and try early morning walks. They're much, much cooler.
True. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You be good.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Is he gone?
He's gone. He's gone.
Okay.
I love it. This is great.
He's gone.
Oh my God, you did a good face.
Oh my God, Marcy, if I can tag in you, I swear. Oh my God, I was like, please can I tag in, please. Oh, shiggity.
The problem for me is my face. This is wrong.
I'm glad he didn't see you.
Test me while I have to talk. And my face is going. I can't do it. I think he misunderstood, or he has.
I think yes. I think that he has heard something else that sounds like what you said, and he went on his, understanding, putting the two together. And I think that that's true. I think that I agree with you on that. But not that he didn't have a point. I just think it was it wasn't what you said.
It just wasn't my point.
Yeah, it wasn't your point, but it is a point. It is. I think so.
I get it.
So, Marcelina, what did you think of Ken on the level of George and Alan?
Ken almost had me when he was intrigued by the snow cones. Because if you
thought that was interesting. I thought that was cute. And
I was right there because he tried to figure it out. And that's important.
Right.
It is important that you figure out the snow cone thing. It's very important.
And the fact that he knew of a strange kind of snow cone that he had,
I
appreciate it.
and he
Yeah.
brought it up, and that was his closer.
That was his closing thing. What you like is I want you to be
Appreciate
happy
the fact
with.
that he brought it back up and
Yes.
that I should get one, but he kind of trailed me off when he went to.
Yeah.
So tell me about yourself. And then when he lost me in translation, when he was on the west side of the sea, I was like, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing good at first, but then he kind
He
of.
started off strong. He finished kind of slow, but I think a different
The callback about the snow cones. I like that.
That was good.
Okay.
I like that too.
Cherie, gentleman caller number 4 is calling. Just let us know when he calls.
Okay.
Okay, one more thing about Ken. You talk about a chick would have had to sit back and take a breath because as slow as he talked, I was like, okay, shit, I got to get myself together.
Did you see that?
Slow.
Did you
I
see
was like, okay,
Marcelina?
let me stop back because, whew,
He must have been cold. He's still feeling them chills from Chicago.
I was like, okay, wait.
Because
All brothers from Chicago are not that slow.
And that's what I thought. I was like, I've never met a dude from Chicago that was that slow.
Okay, here comes
Fast talkers and moving. I mean, it's just, yes, it's a chatty, it's a da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I was like, this dude here.
he's
Okay.
on.
Caller 4 is on.
Caller number 4. Just
Yeah, this him. Yeah, what's happening?
How you doing? What's your name?
Well, everybody call it Big Pokey.
Say hi to Marcelina, Big Pokey.
How you doing, Marcelina? What's happening?
I'm good, Big Pokey. What's up?
Yeah, just cooling, chilling on it.
Okay. So is Big Pokey your name? Is that what your mama named you, or what's your name?
Oh, man, we're gonna get to that government name shortly. You know what I mean? Just let me get to know you a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so what you into? What you like to do?
I like do a lot of stuff, bruh.
Okay. Like what? What you into? You smoke? You drink? What you do?
No, I don't really smoke, I might have an edible here or there, but I'm not a big drinker either. You do what?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We gonna have a good time now. You know what I mean?
That ain't what I
We gonna have
asked
a
you.
good
You
time.
smoke and drink?
You asking a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? And we all on the phone.
You
You
scared
know
that
what?
you ain't got your line tap? You go to Prime Code? What's going on?
What's that? Say that again?
I said, what you think they got your line tap, little flip? You on the Prime Code? What's going on?
I don't know little flip, but now I'm just saying that it's just some stuff that we need to just wait till we can be in person and get to know each other. Matter of fact, what you got going on this evening?
Oh, I'm chilling on it. I gotta make me something to eat a little bit lighter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to see what you look like. What? Send me some pics.
Oh, you sent me a pic.
I already sent it to you. You ain't got it yet?
Nah, I ain't got it.
So you ain't got to worry about that. It's Magnum Life over here. Just, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see that ass fat.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It's fat, but you probably never see it. Not talking to me like that.
That how you feel? Look,
Yeah.
I just ain't going to play no games with you, baby girl. You know what I mean? Like, we going to get to know each other. I'm going to take care of you. My money long as train smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get past all that riffraff that you used to.
But if you're not talking to me and you're not giving me no information, how am I gonna get past the riffraff? Because you acting like the riffraff right now.
I don't know, that what it sounds like. That might be what you used to. But right now, like I said, we just need to get to know each other and get together in person now.
Oh, so you don't talk on the phone, you just get to know people in person.
Don't you enjoy conversations better when it's face to face?
Yeah, when I know a nigga name first.
Well, you can just call me Pokey then. You know what I'm saying? Let's take all the formal out of it.
But you're not
Just call me Pokey.
I'm gonna call you Pokey. What's your name?
Big.
Oh, your name Big Pokey. I thought it was Little Pokey a while ago.
Make up your
Nah, it's
mind.
big pokey.
But you
It's big
said little
pokey.
at first, right?
What's that?
You said little pokey at first, right?
Yeah, but just in our conversation, I need to go to big pokey for you.
Oh, well, don't switch it up. Cause see, if you saying it's that Magnum life, but it ain't that Magnum life. That's a problem. You
You
can't
ain't get
start
my
out
pick.
middle. You can't start out
You ain't
middle.
give my pick. You ain't give my pick.
Nah, I ain't got it. Cause it probably ain't then.
You know how these phones be acting up. You know what I'm saying? I just need to
My,
swing
my,
through. Put it up.
I know. I am. You know what? Cause my phone acting up right now. Hey, that shit up.
What it doing?
Huh? I can't hear you.
I said, what it doing? What it doing? Why you?
He's gone. He's gone. Why?
I don't have time for that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know how much I'm gonna use my money's longest train? That shit. Oh my god, that's great. I smoke and drink and be when I ask you like we can't discuss it on the phone. If you don't get your elementary ass off this phone, oh my god. My money longest train
Big
smoke.
little pokey.
Yes, that's the quote. I texted us so we don't forget that. Big little pokey, okay? No, we got it. He said little pokey first.
He's living the Magnum life, and his money is as long as train smoke.
Ma'am, and we gonna have fun. We
And
gonna have fun.
what y'all don't know is that is normal about what's out here right now.
Answer fucking.
Yolanda, that's what you missing, Yolanda.
That's some real shit.
Yep.
I don't know if you set that up as a prank, but that's how real this shit is in these streets. That's some shit. I don't need nobody like that. That was fun.
No, I hate when they ask me for a picture. No,
I can't stand it.
Mm-mm.
If you want me to send you a pic, send me a pic. I'm gonna send you a pic back. But don't hit me with that send me a pic. And then don't hit me with that send me a sexy pic. I don't know you. I don't know you nothing.
So the first time you talk to them, that's what they say?
Absolutely. Before I got on this call with y'all tonight, I talked to my other friend, my college roommate. She said, I met a dude last night. He was really handsome, nice looking guy. Had a seemingly decent conversation. He texted me on my way home. I was driving. I told him I was driving. I called him. Straight to voicemail. You didn't hit her back till today at 5:30 p.m. But you was just texting strong. And then what was the first text you sent at 5:30? Oh, I was asleep. Send me some sexy pics.
No.
I don't have to lie to you, Yolanda. That is a real life conversation right there. And I was being polite on Sybil Zoom. You're a real deal.
Marcelina, let's
Your
get
whole energy change.
Yeah.
Because I was cool with it at first, but you're not going to ask me to come.
Colin Ford is calling back. Y'all want to talk back to him?
Wait.
No.
I'll give you everything I got. Please.
No, because Marcy's not gonna be Marcy's not gonna find it funny. If you let me talk, you can call him back though. Yeah.
No, for real, no.
Yeah.
After we get Marcelina's date, you're up. So you know.
Okay.
We'll call back.
Please let me talk to him.
He's gone up.
The first conversation you have with a guy should not include anything about your penis on the first conversation. It should not.
Right.
And then he called back. Like,
I like he called back. Okay.
That was a real person, Yolanda.
That was a real person.
I like that his name was Lil Pokey. My name is Pokey.
Yolanda, you play too much. You are lying right
I was like,
you did not set me up on Sybil's in bed with friends. And that was a real person.
So here's the deal. I wanted to get a wide range of people just to see what you were interested in. You know what?
From?
Some women like that.
that's why I didn't tell you, Marcy. That's why
I'm 46 years old. If we get to be real cool, this is my first thing. I'm about your government name. Even George. I'm not gonna call you no goddamn anonymous. And I just gave you my real name.
Right.
I'm not gonna call you Lil Pokey.
And even if you want me to call you Little Pokey, I need to know who the hell you are.
Mm-hmm.
They snatching bras daily out here. I walk off with you and meet up with you, and your name Little Pokey. How my mama gonna find Little Pokey?
Oh, okay. Is that
It's like common sense shit. Like you can't tell nobody your real name.
Real.
A general conversation.
Okay. All right. So we're getting short on time. So you've given us a good idea of what you like and what you're accustomed to and what you like, and or those that you have come across that don't.
Well, have her rank them.
Well,
I already know Lil Pokey is a 0.
He 4. Okay.
I'm gonna say
George, Alan.
George and Alan, I probably put them at a 7.
And Ken.
And Ken is gonna be a 4.
No, I mean in order. If you have to date, you go.
Who would
1,
be
2, 3, 4.
your fourth choice? Big Little Pokey would be your fourth choice.
Absolutely.
Number 3 would be
Ken.
Ken. Number 2.
They tied. Alan and George tied.
Alan and George tied.
Okay. Alan and okay.
Stephanie, how would you rank? What would be yours?
For me or for Marcy?
For you.
This about me.
George would be 1. Ken would be 2. Alan would be 3, and Pokey would be 4.
That helpful know me. I know how she knows me.
That's Marcy. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Stephanie, were you answering for you or for Marcy?
He was answering for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It would, well, now that I think about it, it would be the same for me and you.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
She was answering for me, but that's not exactly. I know how she know me or how she think I would think, but I would tie them together.
Okay, Tracy, you what order would you take them for you?
I know this.
I don't know this.
So if I'm gonna have to step out of my comfort zone, George, Alan's gonna have to be first.
I knew it.
But if I'm gonna stick with what happens, then it's gonna be George, Ken, Alan, Pokey.
All right, Cherie.
Depending upon Ken. Now Ken, we gotta talk to. He talks so slow. He's gonna take a longer conversation if he's gonna compete with Alan. We gotta see. But yeah.
And this is for Marcy, right?
No, this is for you.
Like if I were the guy,
yeah,
I think I would go with Tracy's. George, Ken, Alan, and Pokey.
And you like what?
I was gonna say I like that George is an entrepreneur, and I feel like I could, relate. We could relate on some things.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't be able to on the others.
He was just funny to me.
Yeah, George was funny.
Yeah.
And see, that's my normal too. So I think that's why him and Alan tied, because even though they were different, they had good approaches, in their own way. But normally my list would fall in suit with everybody else's. Alan would have been third.
I think I might go with Big Little Pokey as number 1.
Somebody got to go.
You want to
right?
Okay. Somebody got to
Totally out of my comfort zone.
Ain't got no zone.
He have you over there. He have you over on that train smoke. You keep playing.
That picture, that's why Marcy, the young guy that we were talking about, you see me every day at work, and he send me a picture. I hated that. I said, you know what I look like? It ain't like you don't know what I look like.
Yeah, he's trying to get another kind of pig.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's fun.
That was a lot of fun.
All right, so Yolanda, where do you see this going next week?
I don't know.
Okay.
This over here playing puppet master with my life.
No. She really has really thought about this, Marcelina, and directed this. So I like that she's taking a little moment back and reflecting on, because now we're getting close to creating your profile.
This is crazy.
My gosh.
But Marcia, I've learned a lot about you.
What have you learned, Yogi?
So to be honest with you, the reason why I had these different types.
That's on yourself.
I thought you were just a fun girl. And I am excited to hear that you're interested in being intrigued.
Yes.
That
there's more to me than meets the eye. I'm a transformer.
No, I do think I really appreciate how honest that you are with yourself and how you're saying that you want something different. And so if you want something different, then you have to do something different and go after a different type guy. That was the purpose of this exercise. If you go with what you're used to, then you'll end up with the same thing. So I wanted to give you a different array of men to see if any of them falls in the category that you're used to and see if you would be willing to do something different. And you were the one that was.
Wow.
Yay. So I can be with meditation and stuff. I told you.
No, Marcy, you were the one that was willing to step out of your comfort zone and go with something that you're not used to because you want something different. You go for big. It's not about me. I know.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful, and I think that will put you on the road of really getting something that not only that you deserve or that you want, but that is best for you for the betterment of your life. Oh. Hey, that served as meditation for me.
Okay.
It was enough.
I'm excited. Yes.
I am too. That was fun.
And it was fun.
And Marcelina, you know what? They like you. They really like
you. Yeah. They just want to be on their bed with Sybil.
Oh, he just wanted to see that ass. That's what
I'm ready. You'll never see it. Ready? That was great.
Yes, you guys, this was a lot of fun. And I hope that folks watching this enjoyed it as much as we did. And if you didn't, too bad.
Right.
Thank you all. Marcelina, I want to thank everybody, but I want to thank you for being a part of this journey and being the first guinea pig here and also just being so open. Just, that's tough. In this day and age, for me, and I think I speak for a lot of people, it's very difficult in this time to open yourself up. And so I really appreciate your being, as open and as vulnerable, as sensitive, and as just the delightful human being that you are. Really are.
Thank you.
Party. So thank you so much. Thanks everybody for watching. All of you go out and have a great week, ladies. Be good to yourselves, and let's come back and do this. Hop into bed one more time and see where this adventure takes us. We appreciate it. Please like us on YouTube and subscribe to us, and come on back and join us in bed next week. I'm Sybil Wilkes saying good night.
Bye.
Bye.